So this question, which the Supreme Court's now going to be addressing, of whether the president has the authority to remove members of independent commissions, regardless of if Congress has enacted these statutes that limit that authority. As I mentioned, it's one of the oldest in constitutional law. And I understand that there are different perspectives on this, and just to recap where I come out, I do think, based on the structure of the Constitution, as well as the history and elaboration of how this issue was addressed over the course of generations, that the president has a fairly robust authority here as compared to, how other people would look at this question. And I think that, the way that I would explain it is that there was over the course of decades debate on this topic, and there was a settlement on the topic, and this then gets to the bigger question of how you interpret the Constitution. It's probably one that we can't fully resolve around this table, but it gets to that question. So I think maybe one way to address that productively, like around the table, would be to pick up the thread that Sarah had started and Everett had started, which is, practically speaking, what does this mean, and what does the constitutional law resolution that the Supreme Court might arrive at, what does it mean for the functioning of American government? And it seems to me that there's a part of the American bureaucracy that, as Everett was explaining, and you heard about earlier on in the day, turns over immediately when a president is elected, right? Immediately, there are new people who staff the Department of Justice or the Department of the Treasury or Department of State, all of which are not independent agencies,